Hey, Billy, why don't we tell them what we're about, man?
So we're here to welcome you to the Madhouse Chronicles. It's a talk show with myself, Billy Morrison.
And me, Ozzy Osbourne.
This man, Prince of Darkness. And we watch and react to the maddest internet clips. What do we discuss, Ozzy?
Drugs, rock and roll, aliens, all that kind of shit.
Drugs, rock and roll, aliens, and all that kinds of shit. Come and join Ozzy and myself. Visit osbornemediahouse.com to get special access to...
Come on!
What do you say? Do you think it's the wildest show on the internet?
Oh.
It's time to gather loved ones together for all the holidays' best spread. Lynn's has great prices on all your favorite Thanksgiving items. From delicious turkey with all the fixings to mashed potatoes and yummy pies. We have everything you need to create your perfect Thanksgiving dinner. Whether it's cooking the traditional meal, completely store-bought, or a combination of both, your best holiday meal starts here. Learn more and start shopping today at linsgrocery.com. Lynn's, where delicious begins.
And now, welcome to Story Smash, the storytelling game show. The creator and host of Story Smash, Christine Blackburn.
Christine Blackburn. Jimmy, I think I lost my mic. It used to be here.
That is it.
No, I know you can hear me, dude. But I don't think it's my mic. Because I'm missing a mic. That's all. Okay, let's move on. Hey, you guys! Thank you so much for coming out tonight. And let's get started right away and reveal the wheel of stories. Topics on the wheel, topics like mom, vacation, ghost stories, and there's also 3 spaces that say audience, and if the contestant lands on audience, then you guys get to shout out your favorite story topics, and one of our expert judges will choose one of them to be the contestant's story. What's going on, Coughlin?
Kindly ignore me.
Okay, we're ignoring the man behind the curtain. We're going to have a great night. I'm really glad you're here. Let's get started right away and bring on the expert judges. First judge on the stage is a writer who wrote on the Emmy Award-winning Modern Family for its entire 11-year run. He also wrote the book I hold in my right hand. He started it. My Twitter war with Donald Trump. This man has won 5 Emmy Awards, and he'll never let us forget it. Please welcome Danny Zucker! This next judge coming to the stage, she is a very talented artist and a comedian. You can see her right now on the Apple Plus documentary called Sorry, Not Sorry. She also produces a show right here at the Lyric called The Fun Zone. Please put your hands together for the fabulous Abby Schachner! Expert judge coming to the stage will not have a microphone tonight.
No.
But you're gonna love him. He is a comedian and a writer, and he's the broadcaster for the LA Derby Dolls. And you can also hear him on the Nerd Poker Podcast. Please welcome the very talented Blake Capetz. Back at the Lyric Hyperion. So excited for another round of Story Smash. But we have to go over some of the rules, right, Danny?
Yes, that's right. You have to go over the rules.
That's right. Now, the judges are judging on 3 things. The first one is the story. The story they tell. The second one is the ability to stay on the topic. And then the third rule is, what is it?
Evening gown?
Evening gown. That's right. Followed up by talent and, of course, swimsuit.
Swimsuit.
we're very excited that comedians, they have to watch their own time. That's a very important thing, because if they go over their time, they're going to hear this. Whoa.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah, and it works tonight, so that's very exciting. I do want to remind the comedians that we do fact check every story. Abby Shackner, it's great to have you here. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so excited.
Okay, that's great. We're really happy to have you. And what do you think would be more difficult to tell, a 1-minute story or a 3-minute story?
I think anything with a beginning, middle, end, even though it's inherent, is difficult. I feel to have any focus in today's world is difficult.
You're rambling a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
And Abby, you're going to share microphones with Blaine until we come down and rehaul this whole stage.
That's right, Christine.
All right, well, we're very excited to play the game tonight. And Danny, we do have an audience member that we're going to pull the name out of the bucket.
Yes.
And then they're going to come up and tell a story. Now, that's not easy, is it?
No, and often they make it look very difficult.
Yeah, but a couple of months ago, somebody won.
No, they were fantastic.
An audience member won. It was
How
very
humiliating
exciting.
for the actual storytellers.
Yeah, anything could happen. Anything can happen here.
Garrison Keillor cried all the way to the car. Check 2, check.
Prairie Home Companion. Did you ever listen to that, Danny, growing up?
No. No, I mean, it wasn't my,
Yeah,
it was my
your
cup of
forte.
oatmeal, no.
Hey, Blaine, can you look under your chair and see if the my other card is there? It's right behind you. Sorry about that. Yeah, all
We'll cut
right.
most of this out, right?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
all right.
Christine,
Kinda-
is this your card?
Annie does magic. Who knew? All right, you guys, let's get started right away. I'm going to put my name into the Story Smash Can of Truth, and let's find who's playing this first round, which is a 1-minute round. Oh, good. I like the music. Thank you. All right, you guys, coming to the stage right now. This guy, he was born and raised in Toronto.
Ooh.
And then this guy, he graduated from the Humber College Comedy Writing and Performance Program in Toronto. Ever hear of that, Danny?
Oh my God, very prestigious.
He's performed stand-up all over the country, and he's appeared alongside his sketch troupe called, it's a difference between a group and a troupe. I want to say that.
Yeah.
Big difference. But he was with the Boy Girl Party and the Freak to Beats and the Toronto Sketch Comedy Festival. He's done a lot of stuff. Put your hands together for Chili Davidson.
This has been brought to you by Bathrobes. Keep your dick from touching the cold sink with a bathrobe.
Chili landed on the audience. This is very exciting. Right out of the gate.
Holy moly.
This is so exciting. All right, what do you guys, what kind of story would you like to hear over here?
Olympic Games, regret.
Regrets. How about over here?
Beauty
The
salon.
toilet.
Beauty salons and toilets, always popular. How about you guys?
Death.
Death. Hilarious.
Surgery.
What do you guys want to hear in the front?
Sex.
What?
Sex.
Sex.
Excuse me, miss, calm down.
And then we also heard surgery over there. That's a good amount to choose from. What do you think, Blaine?
Sex or death are fine with me.
Which one would you rather do, sex or death?
Which one would I rather do?
I mean, not, for a story, not for...
I could do sex.
Okay.
Wow, that's exciting. So you got a minute on the clock. Let's give her a round of applause.
A few years ago, during the pandemic, I was dating someone, and I get in a lot of casual relationships. Sorry, I shouldn't say casual. I just mostly date women who are very hesitant to commit to me. That's usually the main thing. And we didn't have any sex or anything for like 4 or 5 months because we both lived with our parents and we were very nervous about passing COVID. We just like walked around and held hands all the time. I think it was like something out of the Elizabethan era or something like that. We were courting each other. And we decided to go to Niagara Falls near Toronto, and we went on this trip and we got tested for COVID, not for STIs. And midway through the trip, we're in the car, and she just stops the car and goes, "Hey, just so you know, we're only here because we live with our parents. We're not dating." I was like, "Okay, let me pull the knife out of my chest." We weren't even talking about that. And I couldn't be honest and say I had feelings. Instead, I just, thank you. I just awkwardly went, yeah. And she turned the music up, and the trip continued. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
I was, we talked about stories being truthful, but the thing that I liked most in that story was you said, it was COVID, so we decided not to have sex. Like, that was your decision, right? And she offered it, you would have been like, no.
No. I decided, let's be safe.
Oh, that's awesome. Then you're very Canadian, which I don't care for. I heard several roots, and so I have to take off points for there. But you thought fast on your feet. Did you bone, by the way?
Yeah, once, and it was okay.
Wow. Do you write erotica? Because I am rock hard right now. Anyway, really good job. First out of the gate. I'm going to give you 1 billion points.
That's nice. Abby Schechner.
Wow, well, I was really with you because I was sad when dry humping went off the table after 8th grade. So I felt like I related to the woman in your dynamic. Maybe next time you should try like Mount Rushmore or something. Maybe that would be a good, maybe that would have more luck. You know what? I give you, since your name is Chili, I'm going to give you 5 beans and some turkey meat and a little bit of sausage. So that's your scoring. I give you a nice score. That's a nice full bowl.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Check, 2, check. Jimmy, how's this? Check, 2, check. I love your story. I prefer wet humping stories to the dry humping stories, to be honest. Now, where did you say that you were going?
Oh, Niagara Falls?
Slowly I turned. That's for you, man. The only person that would remember it. I thought it was great. I love how you said a boot twice.
Yeah.
And I love how your shirt shrunk. Hold on for a second. Luke. Yeah. 5 billion points.
Yes, I think it's a wonderful way to start the game. I love it. A little Niagara Falls. I can't wait to hear what's next.
Slowly I turn.
Oh, I was wondering if that was death or sex. That was sex.
That was it. All right, you guys. This next contestant coming to the stage, she's a comedian and a storyteller and an actress who's also toured all over the country. She has performed on The Moth, NPR, the Improv the Comedy Store, and she's headlined at the Ice House. Please welcome. Oh wait, also she's currently touring with her solo show that she calls I Blame Florida. Please welcome the very talented Denise.
Been brought to you by Toilets. A hole in your house you can shit in.
Well, I got into storytelling a few years ago after doing stand-up for a long time, and I booked my first show right here in Hollywood. So excited. Drive over, and even though I'm always early, the show has already started, and everyone's in a circle, and they're telling the saddest stories I've ever heard in my life. And there's not even a chair for me, and the host is just like, okay, who's next? More sad stories after the other. And I feel bad, but I'm just kind of grinning, like I'm gonna kill it on this crowd because I have a funny story, but I'm just unclear, like where am I supposed to sit? And then I realized this was an AA meeting. I drove to the wrong coffee house for my first storytelling show in LA, and that is it.
1 minute, 1 second, perfect length, Abby Shatner.
Oh my gosh, was that drunk take or Hollywood weird?
Could have been.
I know, it's
Yeah.
one for either. Well, that's better. I mean, I guess that's better than performing at a Narcotics Anonymous meeting. You know, who knows? They could be dozing off, at least with the drunk. Who knows? What do I know? I've never been sober more than 2 months. Okay. You know what? I give you 12 steps. For that, I thought that had a lot. That had everything, and it could have filled, 3 other stories in there. So I think that was wonderful, and made sobriety and comedy live together forever. I like that.
All right, Brian DePatch.
We have a little surprise for you. This is your intervention. Everybody tell her what she's done to you. Usually AA meetings are different than comedy clubs. Comedy clubs are more of an Alcoholics Obvious meeting. I liked it. It had everything that I was looking for in a story. Talking. Looking at the clock. It was head to toe fantastic, but we know your full name, so we're going to have to kill you otherwise. Hold on for a second. Yeah, they didn't go for the killing thing. Really? Wow. Hey, put him on. Hey, what's up? Yeah, hey, I just wanted to say I can't really talk right now. I'm in the middle of the show. All right, cool. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, cool, thanks. All right, okay. I'll see you in a few. All right, bye. 5 billion points.
I mean, we'll get to the story in a second. I like that you brought your bag up.
It's my chemo bag. I'm getting chemo right now.
Oh!
Way to
Smooth move, Zooklax.
Anything else to say, Danny?
Great story.
That was amazing. Danny is a color I've never seen before.
Not since I kissed Larry King on one of these things. Have I been, this is worse. By far.
Yes.
He was gentle.
Hey, guess what I just pulled? The next name I pulled is our audience member.
Yeah.
So we're very excited to bring out the Story Smash bucket of audience members. And Chip Coughlin,
really
give it
rolls
to
off the
Danny.
tongue.
That's right.
Story
Give it to
Smash
Danny.
bucket of
Danny's
audience.
going to make a decision.
Okay.
Who's playing the game, Danny?
Diana. No, kidding. The person playing this game, their name, a single name, Fallon. F-A-L-Y-N.
F-A-L-Y-N.
We have a Fallon. And before it starts, are you cancer free?
Not bring it back.
Okay.
And is your name Fallon?
Like Jimmy Fallon.
Okay, very nice. I love it.
I should have said like Jimmy Fallon. I thought that was.
I'm really regretting this.
You guys, let's tell Fallon what to do.
Spin that wheel! You got this!
been brought to you by Spaghetti Peas. Take it to the next level. Spaghetti Peas. And Tushy for the wettest balls at work. Tushy. We'll be right back with more Story Smash after this.
Oh, drunk tag. Now we're going to find out if Fallon drinks.
I don't.
Okay.
But may I take this? I'm a bit tall.
Yeah.
Of course.
Are we starting now? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. I don't drink very often, and really not at all because I'm a lightweight. But I do remember the first time that I blacked out, and I made my ex-boyfriend record it for me. We had a house party, and I was like, this is the night that I get shit-faced. And it was a very intentional experience, and I remember being on the floor, and I was feeling it hit me, and I was like, this is what it feels like to be drunk! I remember that from the video that my ex-boyfriend took me. And I made sure throughout each moment of the evening, as as I became more and more inebriated, I made sure I said Casper, because his name's Casper. Make sure you're recording, you're getting this on camera. And then I hit the moment of the night where, you really start to feel bad, and I started to feel sick, and I wanted to vomit. And I just remember being on the toilet with like the Tupperware bowl, and I was like, do you love me? And he was like, of course, baby. And then he cheated on me with his coworker.
Coming out of the audience like that, like a patch.
Yeah, that was great. Have you videotaped any other sort of inebriations, like drug trips or?
No. I've got a picture of me on shrooms, and that.
Just take a look at that clip. That's fantastic that you would be vomiting into somebody's Tupperware bowl on a toilet. That's double bagging it. Very nice. I like how you said that your name is pronounced like Jimmy Fallon.
Yes.
Because that doesn't help. You came in right on time. It was perfect. Hold on for a second. Hello? Yeah, she just went up. No, not Jimmy. I'll ask. Can you upload your video of you throwing up on the toilet?
It depends on how many points.
Nice.
All of them.
All of them. Wow.
All right. Okay. We'll talk.
Danny Zucker.
Wow, come up, that's not easy.
Yeah.
I know it said, if I was with him, I didn't want to, put the curse on you. I think you're a little funnier. I love the M. Night Shyamalan twist ending there at the end. Also, it's sort of like the beginning part of it. It had nothing to do with the end. He was kind of kind, so that was interesting.
Right. I was confused too.
You also, when you were so nervous, you got my hopes up that you were going to suck. Because it seemed like, I didn't know, you're hesitant. And then you were good, and that just makes this part for me harder. I just wanted you to suck more. You were really good. I have to give you 1,000,000 points. Nice job.
Well, I want a cinematographer boyfriend. I feel like I'd be so much further along if I had someone documenting certain aspects of my life. You could put that online. Someone who's never even used a filter. I feel like that would be. Maybe you should send him my way.
Yeah. His passion was film, but he ended up specializing in aerospace engineering. I think that was where. So if you need someone who can build rockets.
Well, that's better than Diane's pussy. Maybe Diane was your friend, and Diane specializing in Diane's pussy. I'm glad he's got a job. He didn't specialize in your friend's pussy or whatever. Anyway, whatever. I think that was wonderful. I think you're beautiful. I had a good time. I give you his 5 billion points.
Wow.
Nice. All right.
And
Now,
we'll see you for the 2-minute.
Yeah, you're coming back for the second round.
You got it.
Okay, great. Now I know who's going to be it's our fourth contestant. I know who this is. All right, you guys. This contestant, he's a comedian and an actor and the host and producer of Good Cause Comedy, a comedy benefit show. He performs at the Laugh Factory Comedy Store and stages across the country. Please welcome the very talented Jonathan Holland.
This has been brought to you by Thai food. Actually, pizza. Pizza.
Oh, birthdays. We've all had those.
Not my birthday. Hey guys, I had this realization that men, at least men in my age group, don't really celebrate their birthdays. And it's just interesting because it's like all the women I know that are my age do celebrate, and they go all out and they have these big birthday bashes, and they wear pink cowboy hats and go to Nashville. And we do none of that. We grieve for the boy that once was. We don't do that. And I don't know. So I like that they do that. I'm glad that they should, and you should do that. But it's like, why would I celebrate the day everything went wrong? Why? Like, it doesn't make it like this. This was like when the snowball was up here, and now it's like huge because it keeps rolling downhill. Things get worse. So Americans used to trust each other around the time I was born. Now you don't even know if a video is real. Why should I celebrate the day of God's biggest mistake? That's my question. This got really existential. I think my minute's up, but there you go, Christine.
All right. I like that he somehow dedicated it to me. That was nice. Denny Zucker.
Well, I gotta tell you something, Mr. We're coming at you with some story criticism. No, you gotta, we know each other. That voice is legit. You wake up and you just have that voice, no matter what you do. It's like, oh, it's amazing. So I was lost in your voice as Air Supply is lost in love.
Yeah.
But I would say that, and I was with you the entire time. I would say that, like, you didn't really have an ending to the story where you left it. It was like the end of The Sopranos. Like, what's going to happen?
I love that.
And some people love that, and I didn't. But I loved you. And I loved your story, and you kept me engaged all the way through. So for that, I give you 4 billion points.
I just want to give a toy truck or something sweet to that boy that once was. I'm not a nurturing type, but I want to kiss that boo-boo, whatever happened. I didn't learn. Apparently it was being born that was the punishment. But I feel like you need a dozen balloons with a lot of fun surprises inside. And maybe get put back inside and come back out in the next lifetime and be grateful for what you've got. You're handsome, you're beautiful, and birthdays matter. It's a big thing to stay on the planet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Preach.
I know.
That was dark.
This is my fault, Abby. Don't worry.
I know. I feel for the boy inside.
Blank a patch, and tell me where the microphone came from.
I don't know. I just I wished, and there was a weird noise, and the monkey paw curled, and now I have this microphone. It goes right into my navel.
Monkey paw.
First of all, I'd like to say paisley sweater is a lot of work. So kudos to your knitter. Now you kept saying age group. What's your age group?
Like millennials.
Like millennials. So what? You're 12, 19, something like that.
I'm 28.
You're 28, and your snowball is halfway down the hill.
Yes. Oh, you won't. Okay.
It's really funny. I think that it's weird being one of the youngest people in this room, but I'm pushing 60. Danny, of course, in his late 80s.
Just take care of yourselves, guys.
It's always funny to think about death in your 20s. You know, a couple of years ago for Christmas, I got my kid's 11, he was 9. I got my kid a kitten for Christmas.
Oh.
was adorable. He wanted a kitten, and all I was thinking to myself was, I just want to make it to the end of this cat. So give yourself a little credit. You got a lot of time left, and we'll see you at Shakey's for your birthday party.
The second round, Abby, did you know that it's double the fun? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. That's right. It's 2 minutes. And then, did I even mention what the winner receives?
Oh, you have failed to mention that.
Well, I'm going to go over here. Well, I'm having microphone issues. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it's coming right out of my navel.
All right. Guess what, you guys? The winner of tonight's show gets my homemade chocolate chip cookie. That's right, I'm a giver. That's what's happening. All right, you guys, all the names are back in the Story Smash Can of Truth. And I'll pull out the first one now. They're coming up for a 2-minute story. I can't wait. First person coming up is, guess what? Jonathan Hollis.
Holy fuck.
Been brought to you by Crazy Blue Band-Aids. They're not going anywhere. Crazy Blue Band-Aids.
Audience! Well, did you land on that before?
I
No.
had a funnier one for drunk take. All right, now you guys have to yell stuff.
Okay, what would you guys like to hear over here?
Birthday.
Birthday. What would you guys like to hear?
Euphoria.
Euphoria. Anything else?
Death. Funeral.
Wait, Glenn, what?
Drunk take.
Drunk take. No.
Having a deep voice.
Having a good voice. What else, guys?
The sweater.
Niagara Falls.
Holy ice cream.
The sweaters.
High school.
High school. Wait, are you playing this game?
Yeah.
She's playing the game. Trying to throw them off. What would you guys like to hear?
Wild vacation.
No, we already got vacation. What else?
Murder.
Murder. Always popular.
Halloween. Disappointment.
Disappointment.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. A love story.
Which one of those do you think you can back into your drunk story?
I'll do someone else's sin. Someone said murder, so I'll tell this story.
Oh, that's very Jonathan Hollis, here we go.
Thank you, yes. Well, this isn't my murder, but, this is a family story. So, my dad told me this story a few years ago about my grandpa, because I don't know much about him. I never got to meet him. But basically, he told me that Grandpa Johnny once killed a man. And when he tells the story, he's like, oh, well, your grandfather could be stubborn. I feel like stubborn is a different thing than murder. I feel like stubborn is like, okay, your girlfriend can't decide if she wants Chipotle. This isn't stubborn. This is a felony. So basically, the way this started, so my family I come from a prominent black moonshine running family in Georgia. And so basically, he was like running a shipment. He had a tractor trailer, and he was going across a bridge, and there was a guy coming from the opposite direction, and he was in the wrong lane. And I hope this doesn't go over 2 minutes. He was in the wrong lane, and my grandpa, being stubborn, doesn't move, and so he just slams into the guy's car because I guess he thought, well, I'm in the bigger car and I'm an American, so this happened on the interstate in Georgia. So anyway, it turns out he got acquitted for it, which is unheard. This is the 50s in Georgia, and he's black, so this is like very unheard of. But the way he got acquitted was because the judge knew we ran moonshine and didn't want to disrupt the supply. So there you go. The cure to racism is getting fucked up. The judge was so drunk he forgot he hated us, and that's my little fun story.
About 20 seconds short. short, but we won't set the dogs out for you. We're gonna. Abby Schechter, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm thirsty, and I would love a nice hard hit of moonshine right in my lungs. I mean, that's how it feels. But I want to. What your grandfather essentially was doing was playing chicken on the bridge, right? He was playing chicken, so that's, you can let him go for chicken.
I think he won.
Yeah, I think he won too. I understand because my father hired a hitman to kill my mother when I was a child. Don't worry, she lived, and I'm a lot like my father. Sometimes I want to kill her too. But he got off because he paid the hitman after the fact, and after the fact in Ohio, that because the hitman was an undercover cop didn't count. So I think whatever works to keep the longevity of the family together. Your dad, your grandfather got to raise your father. It all worked out. Now you're here on the stage. It all works out the way it's supposed to. I give you a Georgia peach for that and a Fender, and that's worth a lot. So that's and a dummy too, a dummy in the car and an airbag. That's what I give you. And that's a lot. That's worth a lot.
Yeah. All right, Abby Schechter. That was her childhood. That was amazing. Blanket patch.
Hey, hi. That had everything I love in the story. It had alcoholic judge. It had a prominent moonshine family, which I thought was a term that piqued my interest. And it had a guy named Grandpa Johnny who murdered somebody.
Named after him?
You're named after your Grandpa Johnny? Yep. The murderer? That's fucking awesome.
But he had a work ethic,
Yeah. Is your Grandpa Johnny still around?
No, he died when I was 30.
And you killed him? On a bridge?
I did. It was heart disease that got him.
Oh, okay. But the heart disease coming out of in a bigger car. That was fantastic. Hold on for a second. Yeah, not now. 5 billion points.
That's a lot of that. Did you know that? Danny Zucker.
So you're a very surprising person because we've hung out before, and you have real Mr. Rogers energy. But you have Mr. Manson story inside. You're very I did not know you were this there was so much turmoil. You're much more interesting than I thought you were.
I want a drum take so I can do my jail story.
Yeah, but let's see how it goes. But I mean, wow, that was that story you landed. That was all the way through it. It even had a moral at the end. I love. Yeah, you did a great job. Good job.
Jonathan Hollis, come here. All right, moving along. The next contestant comes to the stage to tell a true 2-minute story is Kelly Spillman.
Been brought to you by Breadwetters for the wettest bread. Get ready to go away.
Audience.
Audience, once again, this is great. All right, over here. What do you want to hear? Science. Oh, that's stunning. What do you guys want to hear? Friendship. That's sweet. What else, Elmo?
Temple.
Yeah. Okay, Temple. Florida.
Aliens.
The 80s. And what else? One more. Aliens. Oh, quite a few.
What appeals to you of that group? And I know I'm going to love it.
I'll do science if that's okay with you.
Oh my God!
You win nothing. You understand that.
All right, 2 minutes, whenever you're ready, Kelly.
So, if any of you have ever wondered about my home state of Florida, how we've all turned out so weird, it is because our education system is so horrific. And so my science teacher in 11th grade was named Coach Cooper. Now, if you are thinking, oh, coaches have degrees in science, not in Florida. He was a substitute teacher, not a coach at all. We just had to call him that. We didn't do any work all day long. week after week. We just talked to each other in class. And then one day he said, tomorrow we're going to do a dissection. So I was excited to finally do some work. And I thought, am I going to get my own frog? Do I have to share the frog? So the next day, we leave the classroom. He takes us on a bus. We go to some building. And we all shuffle inside, all 30 of us. And then they wheel out a dead body. We were dissecting a human. I was the only one of 30 students to say, Coach Cooper, where did you get this dead body? Nobody else questioned it. No one. I, of course, want to solve the mystery. I named him Fred, had Fred die. Coach Cooper says, girls cannot do the dissection. You just watch. Oh, wow. And several of the boys in class started going into Fred like he was a chicken pot pie. It was disgusting, damaging the evidence. And I'm just furious. And I'm like, I got to find out how Fred died. So I go to Coach Cooper, please, put me in the game, Coach. Put me in the game. I got to find out if Fred dies. He's finally said, fine, Kelly, you can do it. He hands me the scalpel, which I grabbed thumb first, slicing my finger, being unable, and proving that girls should not do dissection.
I think the Olympics are right here at the lyric. Look at this now. I love the get my own frog. That was fucking great. Here's my question. Well, first of all, I was surprised to find out there's education in Florida. Amazing. I had no idea. Was it Grandpa Johnny? I just thought maybe we could get some closure going. Closure smash. Anyway, that was spectacular. Well done. Good job.
Well done. Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm not just saying this because of my earlier faux pas. That was like an amazing story.
Thank you.
From beginning to... Now, what am I going to do? I'm speechless. I loved how that became a story about misogyny somehow. Every step of the way. And, I was just relieved you weren't taught this class by a drag queen. So I think that was it. Because that would have been, I know Florida would never have allowed that.
Never.
So that coach was not drag. Anyway, a billion points. That was amazing.
Relationship. In my anatomy class, I got up on the table, separate, put my legs like a gymnast, and had the cat between it and ripped off the skin. I loved it. I saw a lot of tracheotomies as a kid. My father was a doctor. He'd take home heads. I once had a life coach, and I don't think she was a coach either. And there was a lot of money, and I want to kill her. There was a lot of money. But I'm sorry you hurt your hand, and then you had to see a dead body as a 16-year-old. But I give you unending life for that.
Thank you.
Anything in school?
We did earthworms and a frog.
Yeah. How about you, Abby?
A cat.
The cat.
Yeah, and a frog.
Yeah, we did a fetal pig.
Fetal pig!
Did you do that?
I did the fuck out of it.
Yeah! Fetal pigs, man. Fantastic. All right, you guys, there's one more name in the story Smash Can of Truth. Oh, no, there's two more names. Coming up right now for our true 2-minute story is Julie Davidson. Oh, Julie landed on free. That means he can choose any topic on wheel.
Amazing. All right, this better be good if I get to choose. First, so the first time I ever did.
Which topic are you picking on the wheel?
Oh, I have to tell you. So school days is what I'm going to pick.
School days.
School days. So I've been doing stand-up for a long time. The first time I did stand-up was in the 4th grade, and I will explain. We had in Canada, we have a medieval times unit. I don't know if you have that in the U.S. I don't know if you just rewatched the Fellowship of the Ring a bunch of times or what the deal is. But we had a medieval times potluck, and so we all had to bring food in, and I didn't want to do it. I asked my teacher, I said, hey, Miss Davies, can I bring chips in? She said, no, Chili, can you be a little bit more creative than that? So my second response was, can I bring original stand-up comedy? Not like dip or something like that. I was like, hey, you know how nobody talks to me and I don't have a lot of friends? Can I do something that will make people like me less? So I went home, and by the way, at this point I had really not seen any stand-up. I just seen the show Seinfeld, so I just thought all Seinfeld was the stand-up at the beginning of the episode. I thought he just like riffed on topics and like Seinfeld music played in the background. And so I went home, I scribbled out like weird topics like maps and the bank, very common topics for kids in the 4th grade. And I was like, I'm just going to riff. And my mom was like, you should probably write the material. I was like, no, I'll just riff like Jerry Seinfeld. Famously, he does not riff. That's not what he does. And I got up there and I did a bit that was like, hey, you guys, what's the deal with maps? They got all these squiggly lines. You don't know where you're going. Silence. Silence. One pity laugh from Miss Davies. And I said to myself, I could get used to this. And that's where I am today. Thank you so much.
But you know, that's not that much. Danny Zucker.
You fucking stole my maps bit. So that's bullshit, man. Because I said the squiggly line thing. No. Well, I mean this in the nicest way. You're a real weirdo. It's like you're fun to listen to. And that was like that story that had a beginning, middle, and end. And it was, it's going to be tough today because we have a bunch of good storytellers. So nicely done, Chili Davis.
Chili Davidson.
I figured, right? Yeah.
Abby Schachner.
Well, first of all, I love that you were doing, stand-up as a kid. You also made me think that I need to see Fellowship of the Ring, because I've never seen it, and I need to back away from the murder shows. I've watched way too many. Also, you brought up a little traumatic thing that I never watched an episode of Seinfeld until the last one, and I touched myself to John Panette. I don't know if anybody else knows that, but only because I was watching it and I felt so much tension because I avoided comedy. I'm an avoider of comedy, but thank you. Also Leaving Neverland, I touched myself to that too. And that's just only because it's tension, nothing sexual.
I don't feel completely safe.
But it's okay, don't worry about it. I'm safe, I promise you. But I really enjoyed it. I could see you as a 4th grader, and I like you all the more.
Aw, that's very sweet. What is your best?
We have something in common. I think we both rubbed one out to John Panette. I'm sorry, dry rubbed one out to John Panette. The large gentleman. That's the dry rub joke. I like that story because I've been doing comedy for a very long time, and I think we both learned something very important. A pity laugh is a laugh. Thanks for sticking with it. Well done.
All right, Chili Davis. Alrighty, we've got one more name in the bucket, and we know who that is. It's our lovely contestant from the audience, Fallon.
It's been brought to you by 3 Guys Burgers. Fuck those other 2 guys. 3 Guys Burgers. They know what they do.
Okay. What is it?
It's birthdays.
Birthdays.
I'm just glad I didn't have to follow Kelly. Kelly with cancer. Oh my God. All right, birthdays. So, sorry. My birthday is April 29th, and my mom and I are very close. She calls me every year on my birthday, and we always have really interesting conversations because we're very close. We're kindred spirits. And every year on my birthday, I try and kind of think about things I want to improve on, less sort of limiting beliefs and things like that. And I'm mixed race. My mom's white. She's a white woman. And my father is a dark-skinned black man who sounds a lot like Jonathan. Jonathan actually, he and I matched on Hinge one time. I don't know if he remembers that. Okay, sorry, so back to my story. So I'm mixed race. And one of the things that I struggle with is I feel like an imposter a lot of the time. Like for black people specifically, like I'm here with you guys, right? So I get uncomfortable sometimes when I'm with a lot of black people because I'm like, they're going to find out that I'm a founding father in the skin of his slave daughter. Do you know what I mean? So I was confiding in my mother on this birthday call, this annual birthday call. I was like, when we go to black spaces, I feel kind of embarrassed, like they're going to find out that I'm a white girl. And my mother, who is down people, she says, Ellen, I got to tell you something. When we're with black people, I have to remember that I'm a white woman. And I said, Mom, if I could give you my card, I would. I would give it to you. And then she said, happy birthday, I love you so much. I said, thank you for birthing me. And that's my story.
Oh, that's very sweet. She only went to 143. She had about 17 minutes to play with. What do you think of that, Abby?
Well, 17 seconds.
Seconds.
Well, I think she should work it if she wants to solidify a dynamic with Jonathan. You two together. I'm not good at math. I was going to make two beautiful babies. It's two beautiful people.
That's right.
I love it that, well, first of all, that'll happen later, but the match. But I love it that you're kindred spirit with your mother. You're so lucky that you have that there was something about imposter. I forget. I feel like there was something, my brain is gone. I feel like there's something about relating, about you don't feel black. I don't feel like a woman, but it was something else. I don't remember what it is. We should go to the men. They got points, but I enjoy they got a point system. I'm just living life. Are
you saying that you don't feel black?
No. I only one time in Florida, I spent too much time. I spent a month down there, and I kicked up my leg on a boat, and I screamed because my leg was so dark I didn't know whose leg it was. But I can get very dark. I have no soul. No, I'm saying there was some other metaphor that I forgot. That I feel like I'm an imposter, and I forgot what it was. It doesn't matter.
Keep going.
I'm hoping there's a trauma therapist and they can make me look in a certain way so I can do the brain spotting and get over trauma. No, it was a wonderful thing. I just hope you end up with Jonathan and and you seem solid.
Thank you.
So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
The Moonshine Empire.
Yeah, they get it, baby.
If you have imposter syndrome, I have a placebo for that. That's a quality joke. I'm not gonna lie about that. I like that you matched with Jonathan because there could be some closure smash tonight. Because you got birthday. And he got birthdays. Ooh. And your birthday was all about celebrating life, talking with your mother about all sorts of stuff.
Right.
He's 28 and he's half dead. His snowball is halfway down the hill. The magic hat came off, the carrot came out, the lumps of coal are gone. Just arms and legs of his impending death on that hill of his life. Your life is a snowball on the way up.
Right.
I think you two should hook up. I think we'd all like to see that, right? We want to see you fuck on the table outside. Wet hump. We're with the wet humping going on. I'm kidding, of course. That's well done, and you can take those 17 seconds and use them as shakies. Happy birthday.
Danny Zucker.
I just related because, like, I'm also really uncomfortable around people who aren't white, and so obviously that is not true. But put that in context in case you blurb it. No, that was a good story. You did great. I mean, I also was very derailed by the Jonathan thing. Now it's all I can think about.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, but it was. You know, please come back and make that another story sometime. I would like to hear that. You did great. That's not easy to do coming out of the audience. And also, by the way, I love that story, which turned out to be great, started with this. Oh. Like you effectively lowered our expectations both times, and we're good. So I'm done.
And our three judges are going to decide which two contestants go on to the third round to tell a true 3-minute story. The clock is already going down, so let me just tell you. Thanks, that's nice, I like it. This show tonight will be up on the Storyworthy Podcast this Tuesday. The Storyworthy Podcast. I've been doing this for over 14 years. Of dollars. Podcast. Thank you very much. Okay, now this is getting started. Looks like they're already done. Are you guys already done?
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
just waiting to get certified by Arizona.
You okay? You okay? All right. So, right now, we want to hear the name of the two contestants going on. Are we going to hear that, Danny, or not?
We are right after this break.
All right, you guys. So now my hand goes in the Story Smash can of truth. There's two names in here. I can feel both names.
And Christine, before you draw any names, I would like to say that everybody on the show tonight was fantastic. I also want to give it up to this fantastic audience. By the way, if you park within 3 blocks of the Lyric Hyperion, your car is gone.
All right, you guys, come to the stage right now for a true 3-minute story. The one and only Jonathan Hollis.
Brought to you by Fruit Loops PM. Start your day off with a good night's sleep. Fruit Loops PM.
Oh, Mom.
All right. I'll talk about my mom for a few minutes. So my mom grew up Muslim. This is an important detail for the rest of the story. I'm gonna circle back to it, so stay with me. So basically, me and my buddy, we used to enjoy going on Facebook. When we were in college, we were really bored. We'd go on Facebook, and we'd invade random Facebook groups and pretend like we belonged. So there'd be a group that'd be like, oh, this is the Hutchinson family. So we'd go in there, we'd be like, oh, that's just Grandpa for you. And like, you know, we pretend like we belong to the family. It could be like a Chinese family or like a black family. Well, most of the groups were black families, and my friend was white, so he'd like act like he didn't know why they were mad at him. And so one day I stumbled across the group, and the title of the Facebook group is UFOs and the Nation of Islam. And that is not a typo. I didn't stutter. Like, that is the name of the group, and their whole thing is, so they're Muslim, they're black Muslims, but with a twist. They also think that UFOs are real. And it all ties into Islam, and Allah is like it's like, you know, Vader and the Death Star, I guess, that type of thing where it's like he manages it or something. But their whole thing is that there's a ship called Mother Wheel, and it's huge. It's like the size of a planet, and then there's like auxiliary smaller ships called baby planes. and they all serve the tenets of Islam somehow. And I don't know how they keep things from being haram throughout space, but they do it. And in this group, and people are always and they believe in aliens legit. This isn't people taking the piss. These guys, they'll post shit from the movie Arrival, as if it were real. As if Amy Adams or whoever actually was deciphering the alien speak. You guys didn't watch Arrival, and that's fine. But I have 30 minutes in this anecdote. I know it's 2 minutes top, so I have to talk about a great UFO film to fill the time. But basically, so the way this ties into my mother is that so me and my buddy were in this group. We're having fun with it, and I'm laughing about the story, and I'm telling this to my mom and my grandma, and my mom starts cracking up, and my grandma's ribbing her, stop, doing this. I'm like, why are you doing that? Turns out my grandma was also in the Black Muslim UFO. Grandma Carrie, sweet as she is, thought UFOs were real for a while. And she, so what my mom says is that, and my girl's got to stop, my mom says that when she was a kid, if her and her siblings were ever being bad, Grandma Carrie would threaten to stick mother wheel on them. So they were threatened with alien abduction if they ever cut up. And I love my mom, and I'm glad Xenu didn't get her.
We didn't land on the mother wheel. The mother wheel landed on us. So, just to recap, Granddad's a murderer. I mean, you come from great stock. That was an amazing story. I all the way through. I had a friend who used to get me involved in, we'd find an Instagram post that would just be of a kitten. It's, Fluffy's 7th birthday, and then we would have incredible arguments in the comment section. It's oh, you're still sleeping with my girlfriend, and I'm like, get over it, Todd. And then the person who was hosting it would always be do you guys, this is not this. So I like the idea of being on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, great story. Boy, are you fucked up. 10,000 points. A billion.
10,000 points. As a reminder, there are no points in this game.
Oh.
Abby Shatner.
Well, this is very timely because I just watched Alien the other night with Sigourney Weaver. And now just imagining her in a burqa. Just redoing the whole story. No, I loved it that you say murderer, the Muslim and the moonshiner. You had the whole thing. I love it that you were like a Zoom bomber. You were Facebook bombing like Zoom bombers.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about you. Also, I saw the side profile view, like a profile view of your eyelashes, and they remind me of Snuffleupagus. And I immediately thought Fallon. So I'm still thinking Fallon. I haven't let it go. Maybe you can join that Space Odyssey, Facebook group that, no, I give you, that was out of this world. I give you a galaxy and I name a star for you for that story.
Oh, that's very
I was just amazed to find out that Amy Adams is a Muslim. Unbelievable. I'm learning all sorts of stuff tonight. I think that the Muslims are confusing aliens with Parliament Funkadelic. I think that's the mothership, guys. I'm going to do a P-Funk show, but make my funk P-Funk. Or I want to get funked up. Yeah, it hasn't been the same since Diaper Man died. That was great. It had your grandfather, the murderer. It had your grandmother, who is like an alien visitor. But I don't know why you had to bring Xenu in. Why did you have to bring Xenu in? What did Xenu do to you? I mean, I think we're all on the same page here. That Dianetics can change your life. Could still be on the way out. But seriously, all we need is your PIN number. That was a great story, right on time. Well done.
Whoever's coming up next has their work cut out for them. Yeah. I like the music. Abby, was it a hard decision making these two choices?
Oh, I listen to those guys. I love Point. But no, I think it was hard, but it was easy.
I would not have picked these two. I'm just saying.
Okay. I'm excited. That's all.
All right, you guys, coming to the stage right now for a true 3-minute story is Kelly.
It's been brought to you by 9 Guys Burgers. Now there's too many guys. 9 Guys Burgers.
Vacation.
So I have always dreamed of going to Amsterdam, and I made it there in 2007, and it was a solo trip. And I get off the train and go to get money, and my ATM card does not work. And so I'm starting, go to a restaurant, I have 40 euros on me. And I was like, oh, I got my Capital One. It's fine. I've got this backup credit card. So get this great meal. I'm reading my Rick Steves guidebook. And I put the Capital One Visa out, and the server goes, oh, we don't take credit cards. And I go, okay. So my bill is 28 euros. I have 40. And so I said, well, Rick Steves didn't mention anything about credit cards and restaurants. And I was like, I guess I came to some quaint backwoods place. She goes, oh, no one in Amsterdam takes credit cards. So I'm thinking, she must be crazy. It's fine. So I have 12 euros on me on this 4-day trip to Amsterdam by myself. And so next day, I'm just walking around, and she was right. I went to over 20 restaurants. No one took credit cards. I found a Starbucks, the only place that accepted Capital One, and I got a hot chocolate and the driest scone I've ever had. And I had to go back at dinner and get the same thing because no one accepted a Capital One credit card. I also chose this location because they said at Christmas it was one of the best cities to go to. Everything was closed, and I got a cold. I'm wandering the streets alone, freezing, with 12 euros. So on Christmas, I was like, this could not get any worse. So I finally found one place in Amsterdam besides Starbucks that accepted Capital One, the Anne Frank Museum. There was heat inside. I was so happy. And I normally run through museums, but I read each and everything, took my time, and they had a cafeteria that accepted credit cards. So I ordered soup, my first warm meal in 3 days in Amsterdam. I went back for seconds, and I am not trying to be disrespectful, but thank you, Anne Frank, for getting me my first warm meal of Amsterdam. And just to know now, I just went back after being traumatized. Thanks to the pandemic, everyone takes contactless credit cards. So thank you, Amsterdam, for coming to your senses. Yes.
Abby Shatner.
Well, first of all, I felt around for my Chase card for a second. Second of all, I was reminded about the time I went to Amsterdam on a train, and I was with a boy I liked, and there was another man in the train car, and it got intimate with me and the boy, and then I woke up and my money was gone, and I went in Amsterdam with no money, and the boy didn't like me, and I shouldn't have done something while another guy was in the train car thinking he was sleeping. But anyway, that aside, I just imagine you like in a red light window too, like they're the other side. You're just reading and drinking. You're reading Rick Steves' book, and someone's dancing behind you under a red light. it's like I love that story. That was beautiful. That was very scenic. The Jews were kind to you, which was nice. Or maybe they were kind to her, so maybe it wasn't, she was kind to you, her spirit, where she hid. Anyway, I thought that was beautiful. I free you. I free you. Thank you. And then you freed me with that, too. I think everybody, so thank you.
Blanket badge.
I guess the Nazis were good for something after all. You're booing Dianetics, now you're booing the Nazis? I thought I was in Hollywood. First of all, thank you for calling out Rick Steves and his fucking bullshit. Thank you for calling out Starbucks for those fucking scones. I fucking had it with those scones.
Oh, yeah?
Let's take a look at that clip. That story made me so tense. It made me very tense because the whole time I was like, this is the feeling of no money in a foreign place. Just like I was like short of breath the whole time. So thanks for that. And it reminds me of the time that I didn't have money and I was traveling abroad and I had to eat every meal at the Relax the Back. Danny's been there.
Oh my God.
It wasn't for the hot soup at the Relax the Back. I wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Relax the Back. Thank you, Anne Frank, and thank you, Nazi. Fantastic story, Kelly. Well done.
That was an amazing story. I can't compete with the Relax. I was about like 9 months ago, maybe, or 10 months ago. My special lady friend, we went to Amsterdam together, and one of my favorite moments, apart from like I was smoking at the time, and I had a coughing fit in the Anne Frank house, and realized I would have been found out. As we're talking about the darkest stuff, although I love the water slide there, it was great. But we did a walking tour with Rick Steves, narrating of the red light district. And you know what a dork he is? Yes. He's like, oh, some saucy stuff. It was the ultimate book. I really recommend, if you can find it, listen to the Rick Steves walking tour of the red light district. It's like the church gag talking about it's so cringy. Anyway, you brought me back to there. Really great job.
Thank you. Kelly. Who goes home with all the chocolate chip cookies? So let's give them a minute. And let me tell you guys, it's really great to be here tonight. Thanks again for coming out. I don't know if you knew this, but I used to be a flight attendant. Did you know that? Yeah. It was a while ago, though. Actually, I flew for the Wright brothers. I did fly during the Bush administration. The first Bush. I mean the second Bush. I mean Barbara's Bush. It's not funny. It's not that funny. I flew for 7 years and then I quit. You know why I quit? Because I found out I was never going to be the pilot. It's a whole different job. All right. Now, are you guys already ready?
Yeah, we are.
Well. This is going to be exciting.
Hey, how about a round of applause for Christine Black?
Every one of them.
Tonight who the winner is?
Well, we thought about it long and hard, but I think it's Kelly Feldman.